special privilege of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada Distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada Distillers.
Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
Yeah. Right along live. Are you here? If you're here, I want you to say I'm here. Present. Yeah. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride. It's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday on the ride, guys. Listen, it's what's pissing you off and what's pissing me off. So much things, guys. So much things on my mind. We need 2 days of what's pissing me off. How about that? How about we do 2 days of what's pissing me off? So much things, man. Man. All right, guys. So share the program because there's so much things that's happening. I think we might even go over time today. Right? There's a lot of things happening, a lot of things on people's mind. I posted the flyer earlier, and if you see how much things. And the thing about it is, there's not one single thing. If you check the post, everyone have something different. That's pissing them off. So I'm gonna open the phone lines early today, guys, to get some of the things that's pissing you guys off. And also pissing me off. We even have someone on the line who we're going to be chatting with shortly, or she has a definite situation that is pissing off morning, noon, and night. We're going to hear her story shortly. A lot of things happening, guys. Yeah. Present, you there? Clara, you there? Thank you so much. Everybody share. June Noel Park, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Everybody share. As soon as you share, I want you to say I share. As soon as you share, I want you to say I share. And we're starting. Let's tag a few more people on my end. And we're going straight in. Susan, how you doing? Thank you. All right, guys, before we start the program, I don't know if you guys been following this, but we got some update on a story. Lord have mercy. This story has a long history, guys, here on Ride Along Live, and it seemed like there's an update on it. Now, did you guys remember about 6 months ago, right? There was an incident. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is the same story. See, I had to look, but it is the same story. About 6 to 8 months ago, we covered a story, or we started to cover a story in regards to a young man who came from Canada who came into Grenada, and he was missing for a long period of time, right? We reported the story initially, and then we started to get all these statements and comments from people abroad in Canada who was telling us that we shouldn't run the story because the guy is not missing, right? The young man named, at the time, the story was about a young man by the name of Mr. Wayne Smart. Tragically, ladies and gentlemen, we later found out that Wayne Smart lost his life. Allegedly, authorities believe that he was somehow murdered. That's the story from the guy from Canada. So we attempted to run the story. We attempted to get the mother on. I remember the mother had, she had said that she was going to come on, and then she decided that she wasn't going to come on right at the 99th hour before we went on air. And we couldn't do the program because, I don't know what was happening. It was crazy. It's a crazy story. Yeah, you remember? Okay. All right. So tragically, guys, we found out months later that Mr. Wayne Smart was allegedly murdered. So I believe this morning, right? So they did, you had a few, I think initially there was a few young men that they had in custody for that particular murder. And today happened to be one of the court hearing in Grenville, right? But here it is, guys, relating to the same story, right? So they had someone in custody. In a shocking turn of events at the Grenville Magistrate Court today, a suspect managed to escape. Now, the suspect that they had in custody for that particular incident managed to escape lawful custody at the Grenville Magistrate Court. So, amid the allegation of being involved in the tragic death of Wayne Smart, the same Wayne Smart I was telling you guys about. Now, reports suggest that the individual requested to use the bathroom. Now, that's allegedly, as far as what we're hearing. We're hearing that, so the suspect that was in police custody, lawful police custody, he asked to use the bathroom, right? And the individual then seized the opportunity to break free of the handcuff and forcibly push through the door, causing chaos from law enforcement officers. So he basically, in Grenada, I don't know how much of the Caribbean island does this, but oftentimes when the suspects are walking to court, sometimes they walk freely. Most times they're not handcuffed in the back and nothing like that. They walk. Sometimes they have handcuffs. Most times they have handcuffs to the front, but they walk, and then the police officer walk next to them. So he was, in fact, what the story is saying, that he asked to use the bathroom, and allegedly he went to use the bathroom, and he then took the opportunity to break free of the handcuff, cuffed on probably a police officer or so, and ran away. He's now a fugitive, right? So he's escaped lawful custody, guys. Could you imagine? That's a whole movie right there, a Netflix special, I tell you. The daring escape has left authorities scrambling to track down the fugitive, raising concern about public safety and the urgency and the urgency to bring the suspect to justice. And I had to call information there, Mr. Vanny Cohen, who did in fact confirm that the suspect is still a fugitive, still out on the run. The individual, this serves as a reminder of the challenge faced by law enforcement. Yes. Someone said that they can't believe that at all. This story can't be true. This is what kind of El Chapo is this? Now, I don't know, and again, this is alleged to happen this way, but I cannot understand for the life of me how a suspect could ask to use the bathroom and just say, yeah, go use the bathroom, man. When you come back, whenever you come back, you come back. Or if you don't come back, you don't come back. That is up to you. I mean, and just given an opportunity to just go use the bathroom. If that story is accurate as printed. So that's pissing off a lot of people. You could well imagine. The suspect is a fugitive at law, right now. But we are going to stay on top of this story because I think we were the first to break that story involving Wayne Smart. And here this thing come back full circle again. It's like, could you believe this, huh? What needs to be done, guys, to ensure? It's like this is the third or the fourth instant within this week or so that we're hearing that suspect flee in lawful police custody. I believe there was 3 young men who, earlier in the week, who also broke loose of police custody again. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, guys, but this is pissing off a whole lot of people. I don't know if the suspect know the officer. I don't want to suspect. I don't want to put any of that out there. Or Karim. But I don't understand. I am lost. I'm at a loss. I can't understand this one. Huh? Yeah. Guys, we have to open up the phone line on this one, guys. Again, we are reporting on this particular story that just came to the wire just moments ago. Just moments ago, we got the details on it again. They're saying that what? Someone just sent me some information about they caught him in Vinci. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of updates on this, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take the lead on finding out the if that suspect was found from the RGPF. I'm gonna call back Mr. Vanny Cohen a little bit later to get an update on this particular story right here. But I'll come back to it. Because during the duration of the program here today, I'm sure that we'll get some inbox messages. Okay. All right. Something need to be a serious situation that they look into. Yeah. It's like Hollywood, it's like Netflix, right? All right. We'll come back to that. All right, guys, we have another something that's pissing off someone else. Now, this young lady, Yvonne, right? She is not a Grenadian by birth. She got married to a Grenadian, and she now is living in Grenada, right? She may tell you the parish. Now, what is pissing off her and her husband right now is her neighbors. And she can't take it no more, so she decided to come to the media and talk about it. So let's listen to my good friend here, Yvonne, who definitely is upset and very pissed. Yvonne, how you doing?
I'm good, Junior. How are you?
I am good. You're pissed. Because what's happening to you, Yvonne, as you explained to me, it just seems like something out of another movie. What's happening, Yvonne? What's happening?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me on your platform to tell my truth. And I'd like to say good evening to all the family out there, all around the world that may be listening and tuned in. Good evening to you all. I'd like to pay homage to the ancestors as well, please. Thank you. So I'll start by saying that me and my husband, we bought a property here in St. Mark.
St. Mark, okay.
Non-Periel to be precise.
Okay, do me one favor. Sorry. Just go to the other side a little bit so we could center. I could see you. Yeah, just chip right there. You're right there. Good, perfect. Go right ahead.
Okay. So yeah, we moved from England. We came to view a property in Montpellier in 2019, 2020. Yeah.
Right,
So because of the COVID, our flight got cancelled 2 times. So we was able to get on the third flight to come to Grenada, and by then the process of the property was all going through. So what it is when we first came to look at the property, um, we was meant to meet the real estate at the property, and we came at the time given and the day, and we got there a bit early. So someone who I now know to be a gentleman that works for the business next door to where we live. There's a
right.
business next door to where we live,
Yeah,
and it's owned by an Englishman. Now, I'm not on here to talk about anything to do with his business. This is not anything to do with his business. It's just character.
right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't mention the name either because we have not yet independently spoken to him. So just be general with the statement. Don't call his name or business name, right?
I definitely won't do that now.
Okay.
No, I won't call no name. So when we came to visit the property the first time, he has somebody that works for him that is Grenadian and actually lives on his land. So this brother, he must have saw us pull up, and he came up the hill to us and was asking us if we're looking at the property sort of thing. So we said, yeah, we've come to look at the property. We've got an appointment. So we're waiting for the real estate. So he was standing there with us. So, he seemed like, the way he was standing there, like I don't know what to think. But I just said to him, do you have a key that we could go in?
Right.
And he said, yeah. He said, yes. And he went to the business, where the land where the business is, and he got a key, and he came back and he let us in.
Right.
While we were walking around, he wasn't really saying nice things about the property. I don't know if he was trying to put us off. I don't know.
Right.
I wasn't sure at that time, but he wasn't really saying nice things about the property. Oh, look at this, look at that. There's this up there. There's cockroaches up there. He was just saying all negative things. So, it didn't really bother me and my husband, because my husband's been coming to Grenada backwards and forwards since he was a young boy.
Right.
So he knows Grenada well. He's always wanted to live in Grenada from he was young. He's always wanted to live in Grenada. So that didn't put us off anyway. So when we was asking about the land now, so we was looking across, and there's a dividing fence and there's another piece. So we were just saying to him, oh, that piece comes with it. It's this land, doesn't it? And he said, no. He said, no, it doesn't. So I said, but it does, because I get to understand from the real estate that it's all one piece.
Right.
So his reply was, Master promised it to me. But I still didn't, I just thought, I don't know, I didn't take it as nothing major, I just thought, no. So in fact, the real estate came late, and I asked the real estate, does the other piece of land come with the property? And she said, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because we had been in already and looked around where he took us in, we didn't go inside again when the real estate came. We'd already seen inside. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was real bad. But like I said, me and my husband are not afraid of hard work.
Right.
So we knew that we had to put the work in, and we didn't have a problem with that. Because my husband, that's what he does. He's a tradesman. So he didn't have a problem with that. We didn't have a problem with that. So anyway, I didn't meet the owner of the business on that day, but I did see, we didn't talk to him in person, but he did walk up to, when the real estate came, he walked up to the real estate and we saw a body language from him again. I don't know. So anyway, we went back to England, and we decided just before we left, we said we put in an offer for the property. So
Right.
we did. And we went back to England, and then they accepted the offer, and the process started, the conveyancing started. So remember I'm saying there was COVID, there was a lockdown, so we couldn't come back as we wanted to in between the conveyancing. So we had to wait, obviously, till we could get the next flight over. By then, the conveyancing more or less completed, more or less, before we left England. And I rang the owner of the business before we left England, just to be neighbourly and say to him that, you know, we've purchased the property and we will be coming to look out for us for it. You know, just because as well, we get to understand he has property that he rents out. And I was also inquiring to see if we could rent a space from him so we'd be close to the land and the house and do the work, cleaning before we moved in. We
Right.
didn't have no one available for us at that time. But anyway, the next time I met him, I arranged to meet him when we came over, which was in December 2020, I think, yeah. So we met him in January, early January, I think it was. We came to the property and he came around with us inside. And because he used to own this property, he once owned this property. It was I think he sold it around 2007, 2008. So because I knew he said he previously owned the property, I thought, well, who better than to walk us around the property and show us what, as he used once. He wasn't the last owner, but
Right.
he once owned it.
Okay.
So, he met with us with the same brother that works for him. And this brother lives on his land as well. So two of them were in the property with us. And we walked around and he answered a few questions for us relating to the property. So when we were ready to leave, he said he would give us a lift to Victoria to get
Right.
a bus.
Yes.
So we agreed to the lift. So when he gave us the lift, he dropped us to, he has voluntary workers on his business that comes and helps with his business. They come from all around the world, yeah, and they stay there and they help him. They do voluntary work, and I guess maybe they get to stay for free, and as long as they do voluntary work. So he brought this young man with him in the vehicle. So me and my husband were sitting at the back, and him and this young man were sitting at the front. So my husband was just making conversation, said to him, well, who's this young man you've got with you in the front of the vehicle then? So he said, this man is my Australian slave, he said. He said, but the black slaves are the better slaves. So he was saying that in a joke, but me and my husband didn't find that funny at all. And how could you meet someone on the first meeting and come out with or say it's a joke and come out with something like that? So we was highly offended by that. So that wasn't a good start, you know? So anyway, we moved in the property. We rented somewhere further down because we couldn't get nowhere around here to rent. And we used to travel up, which wasn't too far, and do cleaning and et cetera, in the property. And we got to move in on February the 16th, 21. And that is when our nightmare started.
Wow.
So, I'm sorry, Grenadian family, to have to come on this platform, and you know, I feel sad to have to come on. But this is my truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is what me and my husband has been experiencing for 3 years. So as soon as we moved in, I went again one more time on the man that's got the business, his land, and I went and sat at the table with him and his wife. I can't remember what I went in there for. It was something relating, because we just moved there. So I noticed that he was saying things to me like, he didn't say it in front of my
Hold on 1 second there. We're having a little bit of a problem with your audio. It's kind of crackling a little bit. If you just want to jump out of the link and jump back in, that might remedy the problem. All
Okay.
right. All right. Okay. Speak again. Speak again. Let me see
Can you hear me?
if
Can you hear me?
okay. Go back out and come back in. Go back out and come back in. That might remedy the problem. All right. All right, guys. So it's Wednesday, and we're talking about what's pissing you off. Yvonne again is here to tell her truth about what's happening to her, what's been happening to her for a while. But we're looking at other stories that's happening and other things that's happening around your world of what's pissing you off. Yeah, Rhymes, I saw that the audio is bad, so we're gonna try to remedy that right now. Okay, we're trying to fix that. All right. All right, guys. So while my friend there is trying to reconnect and come back so we could fix her audio, we were getting some updates on the story that I told you earlier. All right. So again, we are following this developing story about. Let me see if I could put this up on the screen. About a long story we've been following from years. It's like at least a year, not years, at least a year. This story involved a young man who we attempted to help his parents to find him when he was missing in Grenada. Later found out that police reported that he was found deceased, sadly so. So today we had a court hearing in the magistrate house in Grenville, right? The update that we heard from that particular story, guys, the shocking information is that this young man, the man that was held in custody for the alleged slaying of Wayne Smart, we found out yesterday, guys. Reports suggest that the individual requested to use the bathroom and seized the opportunity to break free from his handcuff and forcibly push his hand through the door, causing chaos while he broke through the magistrate court and ran away. So he is right now a fugitive of the law. This young man, as confirmed by members of the RGPF, he is still out, and we are trying to understand how something like that could possibly happen. All right? We can understand. We can't understand. But he's a fugitive right now. This is one of the two incidents that happened. We heard of 3 other young men who broke free from what I think that the next one was from the police precinct, right? So we are yet to get an update. I'm not sure if the 3 men that was is already found, and we're going to continue to update everyone on that. But I want to take your call on this in a little bit, but I want to finish off here Yvonne's story, and we'll come back with more details on this as we continue to get updates as the program progresses. Yvonne, you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's see if we could hear. All right, I think we're hearing you a little bit better. So Yvonne, go on from there. So yeah, you there now, and you started to get the after effects of bad neighbors or people who are taking advantage of whatever opportunity. Tell us what happened from there.
Yeah, so basically after we moved in, which was 2020, February 2021, we was introduced to somebody that's house sitting in a house across the road, a young man. We was introduced by that businessman saying that he could do construction work and things like that, help with the land. So he actually recommended him to us. So, you know, when we came to first initially look at the property, he wasn't in that house, this young man. But when we came to live, he was there. So we took him on to do a bit of land work for us, him and another young man. And we didn't know they were cousins till after. They didn't tell us while they were doing work for us that they were related. They didn't tell us that. We hired them for about 2-3 weeks, and we was paying them $100 a day each. And the reason why we done that is because we wanted to help them. We wanted to assist them. Me and my husband came here, you know, not selfishly. We came to share. We came to see if we can assist, you know. We knew it's a very small village that we was moving into. We tried to do the most research that we could. So we came with things in our containers to, share with the community, So this young man and his cousin were the first ones that we had real contact with after we moved here. So they were on the land. And as I said, every day we were paying them $100 each. I was cooking food for them. My husband was driving them all over the place, because what my husband said to them, they didn't have papers. He was asking them questions like, do you have a passport? Do you have a driving license? Do you have this? And they were saying no. So my husband said, well, look, all right, I'm going to let you do some work for me, and I'm going to pay you this amount, but save it so that you could do something constructive with the money. Get your papers so you could travel, or if you want to drive, go for your license, or whatever it is. This is how we came. But what I learned very early on is these two young men, they took advantage quickly. I noticed that the work we was asking them to do, they wasn't finishing it. They were, I'm just sorry to say this. I mean, even there was times I was coming out of my house in the morning to go downstairs, and that young man across the road would be downstairs. And I'd be walking downstairs and he'd start with me because he's just down there on our property, on our land. And I was saying to my husband, I didn't feel comfortable with that. Things like that was happening. Another time, my husband had to go out, and he knew the two young men would come in at a particular time to do some work on the land. So he left instructions with them, and he left instructions with myself. And he said, look, when they come, give them this tool for me. Yeah, they know that they've got to come and get the tool from you. So I said, okay, fine. So the young man across the road, he came to the back, and he came to the door and I said, you come for the tool, whatever it was. He said, yeah. So I said, hold on, I'm going to go and get it. So I came, turned around, left him at the door, and I walked into my house to go through to the room. And he followed me. He followed me in the house to the room where I was going to get whatever. And I remember looking over my shoulder and seeing him there and thinking, what's this? I didn't feel easy about it. Anyway, other little things happened, and the last straw for me with them was we bought some brand new cutlasses, me and my husband, and we left them underneath the house because the downstairs of the house is open. The house was a fixer-upper. It wasn't a new brand house. It was a fixer-upper. There's lots of work. But we noticed the cutlasses went missing, but there was two very old cutlasses in their place. So I remember that not the young man across the road, but his relative who was doing the work with him on the land came. I saw them. He came on the land the next day, and he was swinging our cutlass, our brand new cutlass. He was talking to us, and he was swinging the cutlass in his hand. We didn't say nothing to him. We let him leave with the cutlass. So the next morning now, he came down, and he went to his home. So I walked up to the gate and I said, where's my cutlass? He pointed to the house where the young man is housing, and he said, the cutlasses are over there. And I was so upset because he was paying them $100 a day each. They could buy a cutlass. That's change. They're getting $100 a day each. Mm-hmm. Why would they want to take my cutlass? So I was cooking food and giving them food. I like to crochet. I made the young man across the road a hat. I looked at him like a son. So after that, I just lost. I didn't like that. I didn't, because if they'd asked me, I would have taken it. If they'd asked my husband would have taken it. But the fact that they took it without asking,
right,
and we were looking after them so well, So
because
things like this
being one of it, and we're hearing that the audio is still not perfect, but we'll try to get it to work with it. So summarize it. So the cutlass situation being one issue, how else has living there negatively affected you and your husband's life? What else has they been doing to you?
Lots of things. They killed our dog. My husband was helping them to fix the roof on the community hall. He was going to see the minister every Monday, and he was taking Wednesday, I think it was. He was taking instructions from the local men in the community who used to hang about in the bar on the main road, and asked them what they wanted, and he would go and put it across for them. So what happened is he went there I was with him that day. We was driving past and we stopped and we spoke to them, and they said, "Oh, there's a meeting the next day at the community hall about getting the roof done." So we said, "Okay then." They said it's tomorrow, 5 o'clock. So we noticed our dog went missing that day or the day before. And I remember even the day of the meeting, we walked the whole of the land, the whole circumference of the land looking for my dog. We couldn't find her. So later on that afternoon, when it was just coming up to 4:30, we left and we walked out on the main road. And all of a sudden they said to us, "Oh, the meeting's been cancelled." So I said, "Oh, okay." So we came back home, only to see that whoever killed our dog threw our dog's dead body back on our land. She was fully term pregnant, and left me and my husband to go and dig and bury her. So, we just come here. So I don't know anything about due process with the law, how you make complaints. You're just so shocked with what's going on. You're not sure.
Right.
You're not sure. So it was things like that. They left goats on the land. They used to come and leave their goats all day. They throw shoes. They'll watch us tidy up the land. They'll throw stones.
Have you tried to speak to the police about these incidents, killing your dog and
All the
leaving
time.
the animals to roam wild? So when you go to the police, what happened?
They just make not much. They come, they listen to me. Still not too sure about the due process. I don't get no follow-up. No one comes and says, "Well, we decided to do this." But still, I respect the police. I respect them. I look at them as my big brothers. I respect the law.
Yeah,
I
but
respect the
if
Constitution.
someone is doing something on your private property, right? Why would the police not intervene? Do you have a problem? Do you believe that the police have some sort of arrangement with the people to not protect you or not see after? I mean, you and your husband and whatever arrangement. Do you believe that the police is somehow not doing their job?
Well, me and my husband are still going through what we're going through every day, every night, every day. And these are grown men that are doing this. I've come here with my husband, and why are men victimizing a man and his wife? For what? For what? We haven't done anything to anyone. We keep to ourselves. We don't socialize with anyone. They've completely surrounded us around here so that we can't have friends, so that no one visits us. You've got one watching us from the back. You've got one watching us from that side. You've got the young man in the house watching us over there. And then you've got the gentleman watching us from up. They cut the bushes to watch us all the time. They spy on us. I've been told they want to break into our property. Now, ride along. An elder who returned from England some years back, and just a stone throw away from us up here, was murdered. No one told us that before we bought the property. He was murdered. He came home.
When that happened? When that happened?
2012. This
Okay.
elder, who was 78 years old, came home and found people robbing his property, breaking into his home. So because he came home and caught them, he died for that. He died a horrific death for that. A 78-year-old man. Yeah? And I'm saying to the community, even the man that owned this house before us, he went through it as well. We get to understand he had issues as well. Now, I haven't got proof who's doing what. I have a good idea who's doing it. And I'm simply saying who may have a motive to do what they're doing. I don't know who's doing it. I can't, because they're very clever. They watch you so much that they cover for each other. So you can never catch them in the act. It's sad. It's just so sad. I don't know what to say. I'm shocked to my core. I'm in my mid-50s and I've never experienced anything like this in my life. Never experienced cruelty like that. It's cut out. It's cut out.
Yeah. Guys, let me just give you an update on Yvonne's situation. So Yvonne, again, she moved with her husband to St. Mark. That's where they're living right now. And she's pissed off because people are doing all sorts of things. She sent me a picture of one of the coconut trees, and like the coconut tree died. So she believed, without having any solid proof, that someone physically went there and did something on her property. That is happening. Her dog. I mean, there's so many things that's happening on her land, and she's unable to live a peaceful life. Right now, I'm concerned about the police because the police shouldn't have. I don't see why the police should have any dog in the race, not to protect you and not to ensure that this thing stop forever. But is it possible that you could also put like surveillance cameras on your property to
Got it.
identify?
Got the cameras. And what they do, they bypass wherever there's not a camera. They commit the offences where the camera's not in view. And what I'm saying to you, we are being watched 24/7. We are completely surrounded here in Nonpareil, and nobody in the community has come to the gate and said, "My sister, how are you? Are you okay? Are you okay?" Not one person since we've been living here. Not one sister has come to that gate and shown me love, far less the brothers. And I'm saying, how sad is it that big men that even older than me, men that are in their 60s, are doing these things to me and my husband simply because we bought the land and the house. Because what I get to understand is, there was an adverse repossession taking place here before we bought the property. We didn't realise. It's only as I'm here and I'm working things out, because nobody doesn't tell us something. No one doesn't talk. I'm talking about the people where I live. Nobody doesn't tell us anything. We are completely isolated. They do not help us with anything. They don't offer us. I mean, when I rang the businessman, he said, "Oh, there's lots of food in St. Mark's. There's lots of food growing. Listen, look at me. I was not this size when I came here. Yeah, no one has offered us anything. Just one man a couple of times came and gave a bit of pumpkin or a bit of yam. But the whole community around here hasn't. I'm just shocked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right, but
I'm sorry.
So now you're saying that it's not just a certain sector of people. You're saying like the whole community.
Well, what it is, the businessman, the brother that's working for the businessman, he's looked at very highly around here by the community. This is what I'm observing, because even once I tried to talk to him, even just recently, to try and make peace with him, to see if we could, come on now. And he just smiles in my face and he says hello to me, and they still go and do things. They still do things. And he said things to me like, they intimidate me behind my husband's back, these men. I've had men lift a cutlass to me. I've had, like, when I'm walking past, they're chopping something with their cutlass as I'm walking past them, like trying to intimidate me. And I don't want my husband to do anything. I don't, because my husband's not that kind of, he's a very humble man, and I don't want them. I feel like they're trying to get him in trouble.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm saying to my husband, don't react, just no. I'm not. Right. I don't want that. No.
Okay. Tell you what, Yvonne. Tell you what. I wanna have that story even project to our audience when the audio is a lot clearer, because we're still hearing a little bit choppy, and I want to get. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. All right. I'm getting complaints that the audio is not too well. I want to come there and understand the situation a little bit better. And probably I could probably make some recommendations to you and see what's best. I know the Prime Minister is also watching. I was just told that the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has somehow been in and out of the live. So you get in the audience, but the audio is not very, very good. And I want people to hear exactly what you're saying. It's not your fault. It's just technology. So I want to come. I'll be in Grenada. I want to come and really look and try to understand what's happening there, so I could give you some first-hand information as how possibly the situation could be remedied. Deal?
Thank you so much. Right. You know,
Thank-
I wasn't expecting you to do anything. I just want
Yes.
to highlight it.
No,
I love my
I want-
people. I
I
love my people.
Great. I want you to be in a safe. That's well, Grenada is a safe place. It's not like I'm saying. I don't think that people will do you anything. Grenada is a safe place, and that is the projection to the world. Grenada is a safe place, but you have to be comfortable, right? And if it's not making you comfortable, it making you uneasy. I don't want that. Nobody don't want that. No true Grenadian wants that. We want you to go and talk about Grenada as a gem that it is, especially a place like St. Mark. There's a beautiful place to live.
Beautiful.
When I come to Grenada, when I come back to Grenada, first thing I'm going to meet up with you, and I'm going to try to see how we can remedy this situation. I thank you so much for sharing some of your grievances here on What's Pissing Me Off. That was Yvonne. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Yeah, guys, so Yvonne audio is sort of cracking up, and I understand. It's not encouraging to listen to it when it songs like that, but she believed that almost the whole community is after her, right? There are things that's happening, you know, her dog, and she misplacing stuff, and her coconut tree just dead. Eh? She and her husband moved here to live and probably retire and live the rest of their life here. But what is happening, as she said, is pissing her off. That's what's pissing her off. So let's get back to you guys. What's pissing you off? Let's go back to the phone line, 718-701-5720. There are a lot of things that is happening and that's out there right now. Let's open up the phone lines. Let's know what's pissing you off. It is Wednesday, and we're still following the story and getting some updates on the incident. Oh, you some Panadol? Sorry, technology, guys. Technology mess up sometimes. So her audio had this internet, I believe it was an internet, so the audio wasn't really clear and it was crackling. I was hearing it too. All right, so I know how you feel. I feel it first because I have two of this in my ear. All right. So what's pissing you off, guys? What's pissing you off? Let's open up the phone line, 718-701-5720. What is pissing you off? And I will try to help if possible. Like with this, Yvonne's situation, I will go into St. Mark and I would see her situation, and I would try to even see if I could mitigate, with the people that are provoking or causing problems in her daily life, see if I could just quell that. Right? So she wouldn't have to go through that. Everybody go be nice and pretty. Let me see what I could do for you guys. 718-701-5720. Let us talk as we continue to follow this story, guys. As we continue to follow the story, as I said earlier, one man is out, a fugitive right now after the shocking turn of events happened at the Grenville Magistrate Court. We found out earlier today that this man that you've seen on screen right now, who is in custody allegedly for the death of Mr. Wayne Smart, a story that we've been following here on the ride for a few months now, close to a year now. We got information saying that the incident happened where the man broke free from the magistrate court. And at present, he is still a fugitive. Let's jump to the phone lines right now. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Brooklyn, Junior. Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn in the house. How you doing, my friend?
So.
Yes. What's pissing you
what
off?
What pisses me off?
Yes.
I'm a service killed Grenada. I went by Ramsey, got some bulbs. I went to the cashier, and somebody came back in and they lost some of these screws. They can't get up from a meter and can go past in front of cinema to they find the screws.
Hold on. Your audio pissing me off because you sound like if you're in under a hole or something, under a big stone or something, in a hole. It's so I hear in every other word. So start again. What happened?
A service killed in Grenada pisses me off. I'm telling you. Randy?
No, you there? Are you on speakerphone?
No.
Well, how you sounding so? I know it's not.
Let me change
I know it's.
location. Are you hearing me?
And hang up and call back. Hang up and call back. And guys, know
Okay.
it's not my connection, because the first caller was not on the phone line. This is the phone lines now. This is the phone lines, and it not sounding good. Yeah, she under a big stone or something. It sound like that. Something crushing the signal, and it's not my connection. 718-701-5720. What is pissing you off? Someone messaged me and they said, well, we spoke about this already, you know. Oh, Lord have mercy. They said the time that the banks are closing, the banks are closing at 2. And then no bank, guys, go jump up and say, you know what? Everybody is closed on a Saturday, so I go open on a Saturday. And banks continue to close on a Saturday and close at 2, 3 o'clock. So, and a lot of business people, especially business people who move into Grenada to do business, it's becoming a problem because, you know, banks don't normally close them kind of time they from where they come from. So when they're there and they're thinking, okay, they'll go by the bank at least 3 o'clock, so banks are closed. And worse yet, if you're trying to get to a bank on a Friday, it is closed and you can't get to the bank not until Monday. Forget it if you think you're going to get a bank open over the weekend. It's not happening. So that's pissing a few people off. Banks closing too early. Let's go back to the phone lines. All right, caller, you live? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
You hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. I think I'm hearing you better now.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Yes, I was saying customer service skills. Some customer service skills really pisses me off. For example, the day I went to Ramdan to get some bulbs. I went to the cashier and he came back saying that he lost his screws. Instead, I to just ring and go and whatever you have to do. He walked from the cash machine, went to walk with the customer looking for the screws on the ground. How far did they go past the city looking? With no regard, said, well, I stood up there and I said, in Grenada. And I went over the other cashier. I have no regard for people. These people, they don't care about business. It's all about them. If they are lunch, they're not sure even to accept question. They have time. Once they are on lunch. And then they does not call it. No regard. Customer service skills. You'll go there, they wouldn't, can I help? All unhappy. So then why come to work? You go to the place in Grenville to drop off a letter as I was there for Pender celebration. The woman have an attitude.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's some people in this position in customer service.
Customer service.
Sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Customer service, you're saying. Customer service sucks. All right. I agree with you. I feel you sometimes. And not only in Grenada, by the way. I think a lot of the Caribbean islands that I go to sometimes, they need to buck up on the customer service. Let's jump to this next call. Caller, where are you calling us from?
Junior,
Hey.
I'm from Grenada.
Grenada, go right ahead.
Yeah, what's up?
Good,
Yeah,
good, good.
what really pissing me off? Over a year and 8 months and every day them NMP and them crying. That really pissing me off.
Hold on a second, caller. One second. No, everybody don't move. Hang tight right there, because I start to believe that this internet thing is on my end, because this brother started to song the same like the last sister. All right. Caller, this is, caller.
Yeah,
Hello?
Junior.
Yes, go again.
Yes, yeah, I mean, it's a year and about 8 months since the AC government in power. And every day them people only crying. That really pissing me off.
Yeah. Oh boy. So politics, but you know more pissed off that after a year or so we can't come together. Is every time is a political fight. You know pissed off that we can't move forward beyond this political rivalry every day.
Political fight. You see, this thing can happen overnight, Junior. This thing was preset, reset by NMP. That is how they rule Grenada for the last 23 years, divide and rule.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they miss the milk, they're crying every day for Tete.
Oh, God. All right, caller. So that's pissing you off. Thank you, caller. Thank you for...
Yeah, man, really.
All right, okay. 718-701-5720, guys. What's pissing you off? Yes, it was my system going through that made the caller audio song like that. I think I'll fix it. I think so. God. On your real graphic boy. What's pissing you off on a Wednesday? What's pissing you off on a Wednesday? Oh, boy. 718-701-5720, guys. We're taking your call. Tell us what's pissing you off. The previous caller was talking about customer service, right? And this is something that I am going to ensure as I just started my new business in Grenada. One of the things that I'm going to ensure, because I heard that Mr. Eddie Frederick give really good customer service classes. I'm going to ensure that everyone who worked for me have some sort of customer service classes. That's going to be my next project. Yeah? Yes. Okay. All right, what's pissing you off? CJ Noel say what's pissing her off is no toilet paper by the... Oh, Lord. Really? All right, Paul says what's pissing off is the IRS taking all her money. Well, let me tell you, Paula, what you have to do, file quarterly taxes then. So you'll be in a better position. Eh? All right, Alma Martin say what's pissing off JetBlue high prices for July and August. Yes, and the longer you wait is the higher the price is going to be, so you better book early. Alexis Jen says customer service is an issue here in Calgary, not only in Grenada. It's an issue worldwide. Let me tell you, customer service is an issue. Customer service is an issue. Let's bounce back to the phone lines right now. Let's try to take this caller. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from? Hello? Hello?
Hi, Virginia. Good night.
Hey, good night. How are you?
Good night.
Good night.
I'm quite fine, thank you.
Yes. What's pissing you off today?
Well, so much things, but I'll take just two.
Okay.
One is the high cost of renting that is not managed by anybody but the person who owns these houses. It is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
All kind of dog and chicken coop, and they're just calling a pile of money for it.
Where in the US? In the US here or back home?
No, in Grenada. Sorry.
Okay.
In Grenada.
Okay.
And something needs to be done in terms of having a regulatory body. If you're going to rent, somebody should come and check and value it. Like, how could it be a 2-bedroom empty apartment? Just not even in, well, I mean, not saying that Grandlands it should be, but Grandlands is a country for itself when it comes to renting. It's real high. But like all the way up San David and these places, empty apartments, $2,000.
Yeah.
You can't find apartments that are reasonably priced. The second thing, and I saw somebody was addressing it the other day, is these P-taxis. And the government or GTA, persons who operate taxis and tours have to pay and get a sticker to be certified.
Right.
Or if they're not able, if they're in a union or stuff, they're not able to practice.
Right.
However, any old dog and cat jumping up with this, they have this app called, I forget this minute there, but there's a new app where you can just register a vehicle, P or whatever, and you get calls and you do these taxis and it's more, and they're charging all kinds of fee. They're doing all kinds of things. It's just something needs to be done to regulate these things.
Okay, all right. And you're saying that the prices are higher than the other taxis?
Yes, they're higher. Some of them are higher, but whether or not they're higher or not, right? That's not the point. It's a private vehicle in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not fitted for that commercial activity. God forbid something happens while that vehicle is doing a tour or a taxi or whatever it does. You know, the passengers are not covered because they're not licensed or I don't know what it takes for insured for passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
And I think that they need to understand that something needs to be done.
Right. Well, in reference to the rent, right? Let me tell you, rent high all over the place. In America here, in Brooklyn, you can't even get an apartment. Rent is high. A little 1 bedroom is almost what I remember 3 bedroom used to be. $2,100 and $2,700 for a little 1 bedroom. So it's high all over. But I understand what you're saying. I understand
But that
what you're
means that
saying.
we have to go and live in the street and things that's not then. Because imagine, I see the government making an effort to increase the cost of the minimum wage, right?
Yes.
But everything has gone up so high, Brent, like everything high, and then rent still high. How are we supposed to make it? Something has to be done. The salary has to be doubled then.
True. It's a lot.
It's really a tough thing for people out here that. And the thing is, Grenada doesn't have much land. So even if you say you're going to buy a piece of land is all $15 a square foot, and most of what is left is hilly. If it's flat, well, forget that. They call it a leg for it.
Right.
And then it's hilly. Before you could do anything on it, all $300,000 and $400,000 just to excavate it.
Yeah.
And then you go into the bank today, and you could get a vehicle to drive out next week. But you want a mortgage? Your mother, your grandmother, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So what are we trying to tell people then?
So rent is too high. Rent is too high. All right, caller, we got you. Rent too high in Grenada. Got another call. Caller, what's pissing you off? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, caller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's pissing me off is that over the Independence week in Grenada, I think that the government must set regulations with taxi or bus fares, because I took a bus from Grand Anse to the Carnage to go down there that Saturday night to the celebration, and they charged me one price. And when we were coming back, my family and I, when we got out from the bus, where we took it from, the hotel we were at, they charged me a different price and telling me because it's after hours. On the other hand, a taxi driver charged me $30. They asked for $30 US to go downtown to the bus terminal.
Right.
Because I was trying to go to Grenville. So in the bus terminal. When we were coming back, another guy charged asking for $50 US to go back. So I said, look, man, I'm from Grenada, so we all could play the same game.
What?
Because you guys smell people who come from abroad and playing this mind game with people.
Right.
So it's confusing. On the bus, $250 to go. To come back, I had to pay, I think, $20 or $25 EC dollars for the 5 of us or whatever. So to me, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because
hold on, the taxi driver that was taking you back, is he a registered taxi driver or just somebody with a car that is operating as a taxi driver?
Well, that night, I don't know if it was a H car or a P car, but I think it was just a guy trying to take me back. Then he spoke to a friend of his.
Right.
And then the friend of his said, oh, I can take you guys, but give me X amount, which still didn't make sense.
Right.
So
right.
then we waited until we found the bus. And on the bus, they charged us $5 to get back when we were paying $2 to get it all the time.
Right.
$2.50 actually.
Yeah. But there's no way that there is no way that the authorities could regulate someone who, well, first of all, you have to be cautious to just taking someone that is not a licensed taxi to take you back. All right. So they could give you any price. Just like when you go to JFK here, the guys that stand outside, they are hiding behind the shadows of a taxi, so they could charge you anything at the end of the day. So it's hard to regulate that. But the people who are like the buses and the licensed taxi drivers and tour operators, I believe that they do have some sort of regulation in terms of the prices. They should at least.
Well, because the bus driver had a different price too.
Yeah.
They say after hours.
After hours, I do believe they do have after hour pricing. Someone put they say that it's about $5 after hours. I don't know the exact price, but I believe that they do have after hour charge. Like if you come from a party, say you come from a party, and they have to work that overnight hour. After in time, they may put a overnight charge or whatever convenient fee. You know the kind of fees that they put on things because people need it and it's in high demand. So I guess that's what happened there.
Okay.
All right. But you did have a good time for Independence, though.
Oh yes.
All right.
My stay was just too short, but it was really good. It was really good.
All right. Okay. Great. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
And all right. What's pissing you off, guys? 718-701-5720. And they're right. They say that the rent. Someone said that the rent is really, really high and getting crazy and crazier. 718-701-5720. I know of a place where I stay where I'm in Grenada. It's called Jennifer's Cottage, and nice and moderate rent. You can check it out. I always talk about this place. A very nice place to stay if you're in Grenada. Yeah? You can check it out, Jennifer's Cottage. And the rent is not too high. It's right there. It's good. Good pricing still. 718-701-5720. Tell me what's pissing you off. What's pissing you off? Yes? We're taking your call live. 718-701-5720. All right, guys. So, and the story that I spoke about earlier, the 3 prisoners that that escaped from the police station here in Grenada. There were news updates on that. I had it in my inbox, but I was just it was just updated to me by my producers. They're saying here that the 3 prisoners was found in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The story here is that, let me get to it. They say that the 3 prisoners who escaped police custody in Grenada last weekend has been caught in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Wednesday afternoon. The police was tipped off by the villagers who saw the strange men in the area. The prisoners, Ron Mitchell, 30 years old, Trevon Robinson, 25-year-old, and Atiba Sanascos, 23-year-old, were caught in a house close to the beach in Petit Botel in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, so, boy, let me tell you something. See how quick them fellas and I reach over there? 2 twos. The 3 men had been in police custody on charges of rape, robbery, and violence and other serious offenses, and recently escaped the police custody in Grenada. So these 3 men were caught in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that's the news from ANN. They're also saying that the men are expected to appear in court tomorrow, which is tomorrow, Thursday. All right, back to the phone lines. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, good afternoon, Junior. I'm
Hey.
calling from New York.
New York.
Hey, New York.
Yes.
The rent may appear to be high in Grenada. But for a landlord, it's not, because you have to keep in mind, if you take a loan in the bank,
Right.
you have to pay back the loan. You also have to pay insurance on the property. And sometimes the insurance is all $4,000, $5,000 per year. And you also have to have life insurance. Plus, you may have to pay the cable bills and other bills. So when you think about it, the rent is not as high as people think it is. I don't believe the rent is high in Grenada at all for the amount of expense that goes along with having a property in Grenada and putting it on the market.
Right.
Especially if you have a furnished apartment. And I'm saying that from experience.
Right. So the rent is high because the bills are high. The bills that a homeowner, right? The bills that a homeowner is paying is high. The mortgage rates
is very high.
Right. So that is transferred to the renter, who might seem it's
yes, because if you
go ahead.
If you take a loan in Grenada, based on the loan you take, you might have to pay all $6,000 in mortgage per month. Plus, if you based on the house you have, you may have cable, and the landlord is sometimes responsible for the cable and the water bill.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to have, if you take a loan, you have to have life insurance for you, and you have to have property insurance. And when you have a property in Grenada, you have to pay tax on that property. So if you had a piece of land that was just sitting by, you may pay $200 per year. But now you build a property and the house, the property and the land, and based on the property, based on the amount of money estimated for the property, you may have to pay property tax in Grenada. And property tax could run you out $3,000. For property tax, $3,000. You have life insurance that you have to keep on yourself when you own a property in Grenada. If you take the money from the bank, that may run you another $4,000. Plus, you have to have insurance for the property. So you have to pay, just by the government alone, you have to pay 3 different types of insurance.
Right.
Plus, you have to pay the cable and the water.
Right.
Right? And anything break, you have to pay.
Right.
So when you think about it, it's not as high as people think it is. To the outside man, you may say, oh, it's high. But if you go into how much it costs, it's very expensive to have a property in Grenada at a good standard.
All right. All right. Thank you, caller.
And I'm speaking from experience.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarification. Yes, 718-701-5720, guys. I'm looking for a file because I was just sent this information right here regarding. Yeah. So this is a video. This is a video for the 3 men that were caught in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They were. Oh, this one look hurt pretty bad. I believe. Oh no! Hold on. I didn't look at this video before I posted it, which is bad. All right, guys. Apologies for that. I'm gonna ingest that video a bit and post it a little bit later. All right, caller live. Where are you calling us from? Hello. All right, caller hung up. 718-701-5720, guys. What is pissing you off? What's pissing you off? I didn't preempt this video before I posted it. I got this video and I just put it out there. I believe that was the one of the young men that were held, that was found, that was in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, I'll look at it again and see. I didn't look at it before I put it out there. It's not? It's not? Okay. All right, guys, again, on the report of the Grenadian men that fled lawful police custody, the 3 men, they were apprehended in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They said the 3 men who escaped police custody in Grenada last week. have been caught in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Wednesday afternoon, which is today, earlier today. Local police was tipped by villagers who saw this strange man in the area. The prisoner's name Ron Mitchell, 30-year-old, Trevon Robertson, and 25-year-old, and Atiba Sanisclaus, 23-year-old. They were caught in a house close to the beach in Petit Bardel. The three men had been in police custody charged for rape, robbery, and robbery with violence and other serious offenses. They recently escaped police custody in Grenada, and they were found in St. Vincent and the Grenadines earlier today. Also, we are following the reports of this story, and this is a story that we led with earlier in the program. This man that you've seen on the screen here is alleged to be is in custody right now for the alleged death of Wayne Smart, or death of Wayne Smart. They say that this man here, in a shocking turn of events in Grenville Magistrate Court, suspect managed to escape from police custody amid allegations of the death, with the tragic death of Wayne Smart, which I said earlier. Reports suggest that the individual requested to use the bathroom, which seized the opportunity to break from the handcuff and forcibly push through the door, causing chaos to the law enforcement officers in Grenada and the Grenville Magistrate Court. And we're going to continue to follow this story. Just a Netflix special, I tell you, Jed. All right, we're taking just a few more calls. 718-701-5720. What's pissing you off? 10 minutes left. What's pissing you off? We'll be right back. Don't move.
You ready for an exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
Special privilege of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada Distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada Distillers.
Yeah. We are back. What's pissing you off? 718-701-5720. 718-701-5720. Still taking your calls live. Guys, Ride Along Live is brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride E-Bikes, Excursions and Tours. Ride E-Bikes, Excursion and Tours. Every week we are in a different parish, and this Sunday we are going to be in Hog Island. Well, St. George, but the final stop on this ride is Hog Island, right? So if you want to ride with us, ride St. George. It's an amazing ride that ends off in Hog Island. Click that link right there. You want to see a part of it. It's Ride St. George. This Sunday, book early, guys. We have just a few spots left for this particular ride. We want to see you guys there. If you're in Grenada, you could go into the kiosk located at the Esplanade Mall and book right now. Limited space available for Ride St. George, and that's this Sunday. And we're heading to Hog Island. Bring the whole entire family. Guys, and let's ride. Ride Along Live is also brought to you with the kind compliments of JetBlue. Yeah, if you're flying to Grenada, fly with JetBlue. with 2 non-stop flights from JFK to Grenada. And the prices, guys, there are some ridiculously low prices, especially in the downtime, especially now. Take the trip to Grenada. Book on JetBlue.com. Of course, if you're in Boston, every Saturday, direct flight to Grenada on JetBlue. Book now at JetBlue.com.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Thanks to the National Lotteries Authority sponsoring Ride Along Live. Hey, Soul Vibes, how you doing? Make up yourself, my brother. Guys, don't forget, this Sunday, we are going to be in St. George, Ride St. George. It's an amazing ride on e-bikes, guys. If you have not yet tried this out, this is the best thing to do on a Sunday. All right, get the family, get the friends, get a couple of friends together, and let's ride. It's e-bike. I know a lot of you guys might say, well, I'm afraid of the heels, I have to paddle. Nah, with these e-bikes, it's powered e-bikes, guys. You just zoom up the hill. These are the actual e-bikes, and the group, it's always a great adventure. Amazing adventure. Last week we were in St. John, and wow, we had an amazing time, and we're encouraging you guys again to join us on Sunday, this Sunday, while we ride in the parish of St. George, I should say. Yeah, and let me show you guys how easy it is to book. Let me show you guys how easy it is to book on the website. You go to the website, pull it up. This is the website right here. Right, that's the website right here, guys. So as you go to the website, you book your excursion, you click on book excursion. It's a 1, 2, 3 step, 1, 2, 3. You book your excursion, you click that link right here. You enter the date, which is the 25th. You're going to be a part of the first ride. You select how much bikes. If you have 3 friends, you want to book with 3 friends, select 3 friends. Answer just a quick disclaimer, boom, 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 boom. You come down, you pay your credit card information, and you're done. Now, guys, if you live in the United States and you're not going to be in Grenada, however, you want to gift this to a friend, you want to bring a friend, you want to have a friend ride, you could buy a gift card right now. You could go to the website right here and buy a gift card for a family or friend. You could buy a gift card for any amount, right? Buy as much gift card as possible to whatever. You send it to your friend, $80, $100, whatever. You could put your custom amount that you want to think, and you put in their recipient email address, and voila. They get the email with the gift card. They come into the kiosk and they could ride. Gift them a ride with Ride Excursions and Tours. The website, guys, is ridersebike.com. That's ridersebike.com. Book now for this amazing ride on Sunday, riding in the parish of St. George.
Wow, it's Instacash Grenada. Imagine a game with no numbers to choose from, no draws to wait on, and you can play it every day, including Sunday. That's Instacash. It's fast, it's easy to play, and you win prizes instantly. Instacash. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA. Making dreams come true.
Hey guys, thank you guys for watching our program today. And on Wednesday, guys, this is your opportunity to voice and tell us what's on your mind and what's pissing you off, all right? So mark it on your calendar. We're here on Wednesday. What is pissing you off? You could continue the conversation on the website and don't keep it in. Talk about it. All right? Put it out. On the behalf of all of our production team here at Ride Along Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ, thank you so much. Kibbs, Gail, and everyone on Team Ride Along, we say good night. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Don't forget, if you have a business and you want to advertise on Ride Along Live, it pays to advertise on this platform, reaching millions on a monthly basis. Not to mention the conquest of foot traffic inside of the Esplanade Mall that's watching us right now. Advertise on Ride Along Live. Call us for more information. The number, same number that you call for information. And on air, 718-701-5720. Call us right now if you want to advertise on Ride Along Live. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Good night.
Advertise with us and reach millions daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, over 10 million per month. It pays to advertise with us. Reach more and let us send your business viral. Advertise with us and reach more.
Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
Special privilege of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada Distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada Distillers.